Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I left you for a couple of days. The end of the month is a busy time for me in my current role. And also, like you, I've been doing this authentic self-digging that Sarah is talking about. Again, we're following along on this channel in 2020 with Sarah von Braunach's book, Simple Abundance. And right now we're near the end of February. And this month, I coined it the month of love. I hope you've been having a great month. And this month in the book, we're really getting to know ourselves a little bit more closely, right? And with that, as I've explained in a couple of videos, there's a breaking down point as well as we're doing this excavation of self. I'm going to tell you guys, just because I tell you everything, I'm struggling myself. So I wish I could say that I was this spokesperson for joyful living every day, but the real fact of the matter is that I am really dealing with a lot right now. And in addition to everything going on in my life, I was recently diagnosed officially with an autoimmune condition, which I know that I've had for years, but getting that diagnosis has been a lot, and it's also really been emotionally messing with me because of some physical symptoms as well. So if I go dark for a day or two, sometimes I'm just off trying to heal, and I may not feel up to getting on video. Because I also shared with you, it's really amazing that I'm doing this because I'm so critical of my appearance mostly, and I look at the videos sometimes and I'm just like, ugh, you really should redo that one, or like fix your makeup or fix your hair or whatever, but I'm not. I'm just putting it out there. So today is another day. I do have makeup on, but I haven't showered yet. I really have to get out and do what I need to do today, but I'm here with you. I told you I was gonna be just like you. And I'm glad to be going through this book though, and I'm glad for all your comments, and I know that it's already working really well for all of us to keep us on track. I think if I didn't have the book and I didn't have this channel project, that it would be even more difficult. So it's good for me to have the, like I mentioned, accountability at the beginning, to sit with you guys and stay on track with the book. So thank you. I just want to give a shout out to my sister and her family. They sent me these beautiful flowers earlier this week. So unexpected. And the florist called me and I was like, it's not my birthday. I didn't really know, but, and I was so touched by that. Because I'm not always forthcoming with everybody about how deep my struggles really are. And so getting that, and now I'm not going to cry again, but getting that was really touching because it allowed me to actually open up and say, well, thank you, that was perfectly timed because I'm really having a hard time. So maybe sisters just kind of know that sometimes without you even saying. I don't know. Again, I'm getting emotional. I'm not going to cry. This is me. I've been thinking about that song, every now and then I fall apart. It's just kind of like one thing after another with me lately. Hopefully you don't think I'm nuts here and leave the channel, but I'm just like you. I have my ups and my downs, and sometimes, thank you, Annabelle, sometimes it's just a lot. So these past couple of days in the book, she's talking to us about the excavation dig that we're on, right? And in February 25th, she starts to talk to us again. Actually, we have already talked about this before, about some buried dreams. And I like what she says. In fact, I'm going to read it, Because I was just talking to somebody about how when we get to this point, and I don't know that I'm officially at midlife, I suppose I am at 44, but that this is sometimes in your life when you can really start to be looking forward and backwards and kind of thinking like, oh, I really wanted to do that and I never did it, right? Well, first in the entry on the 25th, she talks to us about having a choice and thinking about our personal choices and how we present ourselves through our choices in fashion and our home decorations and things like that. And she talks about how really choice is having freedom, okay? And then I wanted to read this part. Perhaps a long buried dream. Look at that. She got up on she's trying to be on camera. Oh my God. I like how one of the comments said that she has a, like, oh, how is it worded? Something like she has a lust for the stardom or something like that. She does. Okay, back to Sarah. Perhaps a long buried dream still calls to you from a road you chose not to take. If this is true, then stop telling yourself that it's too late. The delay of our dreams does not mean that they have to be denied. Perhaps now you have the wisdom to make alterations in your dream so that it can come true. Perhaps now you have the wisdom to choose differently. Have a dialogue with your authentic self. Ask her about the choices you have made or didn't make. Listen for the wisdom she has to offer. And I like how she says have a conversation with your authentic self, because with everything that I'm going through and decisions that I'm making and things that I have to figure out in the near future, I am trying to sit with myself and really ask those questions and see if any answers come up. I'm thinking about a book that was really life-changing, and there's a series, but Conversations with God, and Neil Donald Walsh, he basically sat down and started writing and then listening for the answers. And I think you could say that when you're talking to your authentic self, you're having a conversation with God also. I really loved those books, and I know I still own them. I really haven't gone through them recently, but I should. I felt like they were life-changing and really resonated with me. But in any case, I have been trying to sit and see if answers come as I'm asking those questions. So I wonder, do you have any dreams that you buried and that maybe you've been telling yourself it is too late? I think about myself, and I just really wanted to be a gymnast. You know, I remember watching Mary Lou Retton in the Olympics, and I took ballet, not gymnastics, but I really wanted to do gymnastics. And when I think about that, I'm like, I can't even imagine like my body trying to do that now, but it's something I think about. But sometimes you might think you have this dream and you wish you did it, and then you do it, and then you realize like, ugh, I'm really, like, I don't know why I wanted to do that, or that was not the way I thought it was going to be. Sometimes it's good to actually give yourself the opportunity to try those things that you wanted to do, because I'm thinking about like a move that I made. I always thought that I would move and live somewhere in particular, and I actually did it about almost 4 years ago now, and I hated it there. And so then it was like, oh good, well now I don't, it's like I could check that off my list, and it's not this thing that I'm always like, oh, I always wanted to live there, and then nope, I did it, and it wasn't what I thought it was. Maybe it would have been different if I had done it earlier in my life, but that's just an example. There might be something like, maybe if I went and tried to do gymnastics now, I would be like, I hate this. I don't know. Hopefully it would be a positive thing and wouldn't be like that, but maybe there's a way that there's a lost dream that you could still do somehow. I understand how it can be where you feel like as you're getting older, or your body's changing, or just circumstances in your life don't make certain things realistic, but it's important to really think about those quote-unquote lost dreams. So I hope you do that, and I hope you have a conversation with your authentic self about it. And then in the second part of what she calls Excavating the Real You, part 2, she takes us, not unlike the thing that we did where I shared all my pictures from the past with you. She takes us on a little vision quest through our childhood home and asks us questions about our room and whether we like to have the door open or closed, or if our mom was a good cook, or things that we remembered from that. And then also taking us all the way into our early adult life, into the first home that we owned, and thinking about the decor that we made. And then she takes us back to our current life and sort of does an integration period where you're evaluating some of those things and comfort from the past, and do you have some of those same elements in your life now? So again, it's another experience of excavating the self. And then today, February 27th, is about passion. She calls it passion, the authentic muse, because she says that passion, I'm going to say it wrong. Passion is the muse of authenticity. What do you think about that? I think for me, especially right now where I'm just kind of all over the place emotionally, it's a little bit difficult for me to connect with my passions. There have been times in my life where it's like I'm just passionate about everything. I could go out to a store and be like, I love this, I love that. Oh, today's beautiful. And I want to get back there. I'm not there right now. So this is another thing I need to sit with as far as really reconnecting with the things. I know what I love. We've this month made our list of what do we love, and I know the things I'm grateful for. But I feel like in a way I've sort of lost my passion. I want to find it again. I'm sort of struggling to come up with some new dreams. When I think about my life right now, I just said this to my sister in the conversation about the flowers. I just sort of feel like I've already done all the things that I wanted to set out to do. And I'm not saying that sounds really conceited to be like, I've accomplished everything I ever wanted to do. That's not what I mean. I just mean like there are people that have dreamt of having a business, and I've done that. And I've already owned 3 different houses, and I don't want to be a homeowner anymore, and I just rent now. There's things that you're like building towards in your early life, and I sort of feel like I've done all the things that I sort of dreamt about earlier. So I'm looking for new dreams and new passion, because without that you just sort of feel like your spark is kind of gone out, right? Honestly, that's where I am. I'm struggling, and it's gonna be better, and I know I hope I'm not bringing you down, but just being totally honest with where I'm at right now, because yes, I'm looking for hope and passion and more things to make my life fulfilling. That's why we're here on this journey, right? It's definitely helping, but I just had a rough couple of weeks. Thanks for listening and understanding. Okay. I want to read what she says in today's entry. Every day offers us another chance to live passionate lives rather than passive ones. If we will bear witness to passion's immutable presence in the prosaic, if we will stop denying ourselves pleasure, if, as James Joyce's heroine Molly Bloom whispered, we can only learn to say, and yes, I said yes, and I will, yes. Passion is holy, a profound mystery that transcends and transforms through rapture. We need to accept that a sacred fire burns within, whether we're comfortable with the truth or not. Passion is a part of real life's package, because we are created by love, for love, to love. If we do not give outward expression to our passions, we will experience self-immolation, the spontaneous combustion of our souls. Okay, well, that's my new thing. I'm in the middle of self-immolation, apparently. No. I'm gonna figure it out. I just lost my way for a little bit, but like I said in another video, it's all part of excavating the self. And when she was talking about the thing that the archaeologists do, where they're like really digging and getting rid of all the residue and everything to unearth something, it's really nitty gritty. It's the tough stuff. So that's where we're at. But it's gonna be beautiful when we get rid of all the cobwebs and all the dust, and the dust settles, and then there we are, and we can see ourselves again. Oh my goodness. Frisky kitty. So what are you passionate about? Are you thinking about that? Are you honoring those things? Or are you also like me and searching for some new passions and struggling a little bit with this authentic self-dig? No matter what, I hope that you're doing well, and I appreciate you tuning in on the channel and being here with me and letting me have this self-expression and exploration along with you. It means so much to me. It really does. It's a part of what's keeping me going. So I will see you on the next video. This month we have an extra day in February too, and I don't think the new book actually has, oh no it does. Well, I've already chosen, I'm going to read you on the last day of the month the entry from the old book, because it's about the extra leap year day, which is appropriate for this year. We have a whole extra day. That's a gift, right? So think about how you're going to use it. Think about your passions. Thanks again for being here, and I will see you next time, along with Annabelle. Thanks, guys.